Welcome to the shadow dance practice video for violin 1. One of the most challenging things about this piece is counting in 3/4. We always want to add a beat. We always want to slow down when we see half notes. And so we have to make sure that we have a continual 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So what I would recommend doing is actually setting your violin down for just a moment. And something we did in class where we went step, tap, 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 tap. Bum, ba, da, 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 and sing your part. Okay, and so you can actually feel that beat. All right, make sure every time you have the main theme, so it's always a question and an answer, right? And then of course you have the shadow part, which is being echoed in the violin, too, and viola. So we always have the question, lift, lift. That part's the answer. Okay, so it should sound like a very balanced piece. We want to keep everything very light. We're going to play in the middle of the bow. And to achieve this feeling, hold your bow where it feels lighter at the balance point, and just using this part of your bow. Now things aren't so heavy. And then we've got to bring our hand back here and think, lift. Lift. Be really strict with those half notes. We cannot accidentally let them go to beat 3. We want to make sure they are 1, 2, lift. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, lift. Okay? So be careful. Make sure you're counting. All right. We have the same pattern going forward. Check out measure 15. We've got some tricky note patterns here because they go away from what we've been playing. So practice this measure slowly. 1, 2, and 3, and. First of all, make sure you can count it. 1, 2, and 3, and then play it slowly. Speed it up. Notice I'm not playing too heavy on my 8th notes. I'm keeping them very light, just like when I played with my light bow. Okay, and so try that a little bit faster. Okay, and now let's practice playing the whole entire phrase. So that's going to be from 15 to 18. And then we have 3 beats of rest. Okay, so that's really important. So here's how that goes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. All right, so we have to be counting because we need to come in together at 20 with the second violins and violas. They've been echoing us this whole time, and we all have the same rhythm at 20. Okay, cellos will play a pickup in beat 1 of measure 20. This is where you should mark that at measure 20 in your music. Okay, so let's try that transition one more time. I'm going to start at 18. 3, whoops, let's try that one more time. See, this happens. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 3, 1. 3. Save my bow, save it. Save my bow here. Save my bow, 1, 2. Okay, and so we're going to want to make sure we count out loud on all those breaths and those long notes because, again, our goal is to not slow down. Okay, so look back, measure 26. We have a 4th finger A. So again, make sure that, just like we've talked about in class, cover that button on the back and let your hand rest on top and then bring that back. And what that's going to do is keep your arm the correct angle. Okay? When you're playing 4th finger, make sure you're releasing the tension of these fingers. And then we're going to start this long note at 26 at the frog. And we're going to think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now, just so you, because I know everybody wants to know why can't we just play open A? Well, here's how it sounds with open A. First of all, you've got a very awkward string crossing. Okay, so for example, I'm going to start back at 26. So here's how it would sound with open A. Kind of sounds like we're out of place there. Even on a nice violin, we're not going to have a tone quality we want. So please play 4th finger A. Make sure right at measure 34 you're counting. Again, 35 is a 3-beat rest. 36, make sure for the pizzicato, you're gonna be over the fingerboard, and make sure you're using this part of your finger and not your fingernail. So you might want to trim your nails if it's too long. Notice how those all ring out. We don't want it to sound like this. Okay, kind of harsh. We want it to sound like it's ringing, like little raindrops. Okay. The next thing is we come in at 38 forte. So you can be really forte here, but we don't want to slow down. Okay, 42 through 46, I don't think we've had a problem counting, but again, when we have those tied notes, continue to think 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 46 is just like the beginning, okay? So the next very challenging spot to watch out for is 60. Let's count at 60 together. Ready? 1 and 2, rest. 1 and 2, rest. 1 and 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1. It may seem silly to count out loud like that and conduct, but it actually can be really helpful. So let me show you this way how to conduct. So you're going to do just a basic 3 pattern. You're going to go down, and for you guys, and I'll show you your way, you're going to go to your left and then back up. Okay, so you're going to think down, left, up. So let me show you this way, down, up. So this would be how we conduct. And so that's going to be at number 60, 1 and 2, rest. 1 and 2, rest. 1 and 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so let's try that at measure 60. And let's put it just every time we have the rest, let's just say the beat 3 to make its place, to hold its place. 3, 2, 3, okay? So be careful that you're not messing up that rhythm because the cello bass have something different, okay? And then of course going out to the very end, let's try 60 to the end. We gotta make sure we count so we come in at the right spot. 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then it's just like a D major scale right here. We have D, E, F sharp, G, A. Right there, it just backs up on itself. B, C sharp, D. We just have a D major scale. Okay, so make sure you're listening carefully to how the notes sound together. Be careful about fourth finger A's. Practice your fourth fingers. And then again, we want to make sure that this is a very light and fun piece. We don't want it to be heavy, okay? Because shadows are, they don't have substance, right? So we want to make sure if we see our shadow on the ground, it's very light because our shadow's not actually there. Okay, so think about those things when you're performing this piece.